I gave him a kiss and they rolled him away. And
these are arguably the darkest, most painful, most difficult days that a parent or parents go through.
I brought him for a 15-month-old well visit, and I told the doctor, he's tripping a lot. And the doctor said, well, could be anything, some bruising, just keep an eye on it and let us know. By Friday, I called the pediatrician and I said something is off. He's now reverting to crawling. And by Shabbat, I was a mess. I was figuring something must be wrong.
I'm not sure if I've yet been able to kind of sort through that day.
Luckily, we have a great pediatrician, and when I called him Saturday night, he said, he seems fine, but why don't you take him to the ER just in case? By this point, he wasn't crawling either. He really just wasn't moving. We took him to the ER, and 15 minutes into the MRI, they called in the oncologist, and he said, your son has a tumor. In the meantime, my husband was in New Haven at a wedding.
Hearing my wife on the other end telling me that he's being wheeled into surgery, emergency surgery, it doesn't look good.
I called him and I said, Zakai has cancer.
I was flying down the highway, just bawling.
His spinal cord was, I believe, 95% compromised, bordering on permanent injury, paralysis.
And when we turned to doctors for guidance about where do they think this could go, they didn't have good answers for us.
The oncologist on call told us that this was going to be a marathon, not a sprint, that it was going to be a process. I don't think we had any idea how much of a process the whole cancer world is involved in.
It was February 12, 2012. I was fully employed after Zakai had gone through some surgeries, and we racked up an exorbitant medical bill. I was terminated from that position.
We definitely got to a point where we needed help financially to get him the therapies that he needed on an ongoing basis, and also to deal with deductibles and co-pays and whatever else was needed.
Word got out that I was terminated, and somehow somebody connected us with RCCS. RCCS stepped up very, very quickly, asked me to send some materials over. Got back to us, I think, in about a week that we were approved.
The pathology ended up being something called a plexiform schwannoma, which is not supposed to occur in a child that age, and it's not supposed to occur in that spot. Nobody had experience with this tumor. It had eaten into his muscle and his bone. Nobody knew what was going to happen. It was completely taken out in Boston. There was no sign that they could see of any tumor left. And yet, it grew back. Everyone wants like the happy ending, right? The Hollywood ending. And to hear that it had grown back, and there is no Hollywood ending. Zakai had had 5 surgeries in a year, and he wasn't even 2.5 years old.
The idea of not having just access to quality medical care, and the thought of having to go bankrupt or mortgage the house to pay for that can be unbearable. And having an organization like RCCS that just takes that burden off of a family, that they don't have to worry about the health insurance, so that they can just do what they need to do for their kid, there are no words to describe how important that is.
Today, he's amazing. I don't know if it's because of what he went through, but little things don't faze him.
He plays basketball right outside our house a lot.
And he does karate, which is what his older 3 siblings were doing as well. His friends were playing hockey, so therefore he wanted to play hockey.
Seeing my boy, who 5 years ago went through absolute hell, and seeing him doing an awesome job, I'm almost embarrassed to let my tears come out, but they're there. Even though in the last few scans, we've gotten good reports.
We know that anything can happen. Anything can happen to Zakai, anything can happen to anybody. We just never know when cancer is going to hit. And it's so important to support organizations like RCCS, because not just, okay, it's the right thing to do and help the other people, but selfishly, it could be me next time. It could be you next time. So don't shy away from helping out, because you're going to want people there when it's you.